So we are in the mountains somewhere, and we thought we were going to be able to show you the, like, overlooking the mountain, and then we lost service, so we had to come down. So I'm not sure exactly where we are, but I think there's a really beautiful place up front. So we're gonna see what's up ahead. If you want to get a piece of paper and a pencil or a pen, I'm gonna have some speed questions. You have those right too? Yes, okay. I cannot emphasize enough the importance of getting out into nature. We've used this as an excuse at least once a month to get out into nature. And today we went to a place called Water Wheel, where you like climb up all these rocks, and there are all these different pools of water, icy cold water coming out of the spring. And yeah, just like submerging your body in the water is in nature is just so refreshing. It just clears instantly clears all the junk. This is very pretty. So let's start with the speed journaling. I'm going to ask you questions, and you can jot down answers. The first question is, what creative ideas have you had or implemented in the last few weeks? The next question is, have you been indulging in any kind of sensory pleasures or expression, whether that's lighting candles or Palo Santo or incense or flowers or buying yourself flowers or taking a bath or putting on extra aromatic oils, or we can see you later. We have a private concert too. Oh my God, I love this question. Okay, but before we do this, if you have the azalea with you, let's just all take some now, because why not? And if you have the truth teller, apply some of that. Get the truth coming to the surface here. So we're about, is it 2 hours north of Phoenix? I don't even know where we are. It's like, I really cannot emphasize enough to you to get out into nature as much as possible. It feels like we're in this completely different world. Like, it doesn't even feel like we're in Arizona. And it's so close. It's like this whole other world up here. We saw hawks and frogs hopping around. We saw these enormous elk and bambis. It's just like a completely other world out here. Okay, so if you're ready, I love this question. This is a hard one. Just run with it. Bullet list the weirdest, oddest first things that come up to the top of your mind. If you had unlimited time, support, and resources, write down the first 10 things you would do. It's almost too much wildness. Unlimited time, support, and resources. What would be possible? I'll give you a little more time on this one because it's a hard one, but if you make it to 10, you can make it to 20. Okay, next question. Have you noticed that any beneficial creative relationships have arisen? Any mutually beneficial or collaborative relationships? And kind of spinning off that question, have you been engaging with people you normally wouldn't engage with on a more creative level? Or have you been engaging with people in your life on a more present, creative in the sense, not like painting or drawing, but creative in the sense of being open to possibilities and being present to what arises. In what ways have you been engaging with people in a different way in the last month? Okay, the next question, how have you been able to get out of the weeds or the details and get a more macro picture of your life, whether it's like looking at your life and your legacy, or like very specific logistical things and how you can streamline them in your life? I know some people have found themselves looking at the way they do things or looking at the way they spend their time. How have you noticed yourself looking at things in a macro way? And the next question, how have you found yourself supporting other people's endeavors? Have you noticed that you've been supporting other people to be creative? And the last question is, how are you leveraging genuine relationships to engage your creative capacity? Okay, so it's a little bit hard to articulate this concept. Have you noticed being in a situation where you recognize when you're able to make an impact and when you're not? So it's like being very present with people and deeply engaging when you know there's some kind of creative capacity there. Creative in the sense of engagement. And then when you find that maybe you're at a dead end, you just kind of are much more able to sort of pull back and leave the conversation or shift gears. It's so pretty. I know some of us tend to think of creativity as like, the arts or music, but a lot of people have been saying that sort of like defining creativity as creation, the ability to create the world around you and collaborate with other people. If you haven't listened to the most recent podcast, I recommend it. It's super short. It's just a solo cast. And I talk about being able to channel any frustration that you may have about the way the world is right now into creating the world around you that you want, creating the life that you want, and being able to collaborate with other people to create. I think that's been a really helpful kind of coping skill for me personally, and for many people. It's just like create. How can we take this energy that we have and put it into creation? Whether that's creating relationships, collaborations, schools, homeschooling, new businesses, new ways of saying things. So I think we can end with a short meditation. Are you comfortable? Do you want to put that down? Okay. We wanted to find a place where we could kind of get the macro view on the world. You just hold it. Or you know what? Just do this. Okay, so sitting comfortably. These minutes are for you and 100% for you. This is time for you to be able to have the luxury and sensory pleasure of turning toward yourself. If you want to close your eyes, you can close your eyes. If you want to keep your eyes open, you can. Just keep them focused on one point in front of you. First, noticing how your body feels, scanning from your scalp to your ears to the back of your neck, your throat, your chest, your shoulders, the back of your heart, all the way down your spine to your lower back and your waist, and then around to the front, noticing how your belly feels, your hips down your thighs, tops and backs and your rear end, all the way down to your knees, your shins and your calves. Noticing how your ankles feel, the tops of your feet, the soles of your feet, and all your little toes. Noticing your arms, your elbows, all the way down to your fingers. Noticing how you bring air into your body. Enjoying the sensation of breathing in whatever environment you're in, whatever sounds are around you. Taking a moment to give yourself credit for all that you do and all that you are. Noticing if the air has a particular scent when you inhale. See if you can relax your body just a little more, invite in a little more ease and gentleness. What does it feel like to allow your body the luxury of letting loose just a little more? See if you can become aware of your own beating heart. Or noticing if you feel the circulation of the blood and the fluids in your body and any other part of your body. And see if you can locate inside of you, whether it's in your physical embodiment or more of an energy sensation, your wildness. Relaxing your muscles. Opening to a sense of wildness. Wild, natural, juicy, creative potential. Noticing that that potential resides inside of you. Creativity is not necessarily in doing something. To see if you can locate that wildness, wild awakeness. If your body starts to tense up, just remind yourself to invite ease, relax a little more. And lastly, again, bringing your attention to noticing the one who's noticing, noticing the awakeness, the presence, the one who is watching, the one who is aware. your most vital, creative presence, essence. And we're going to make the intention that because we've all joined together today through Zoom, that regardless of time or space, that we may connect and amplify the effects of this wild Taiwanese azalea flower, so that we can turn up the volume on that awake, creative, self-arising creation presence. An awareness to possibilities, an openness to possibilities. Relax your body just a little more. If you can find any last areas of tension, see if you can invite ease into those areas of your body. Remembering that your wildest creativity comes from a space of not too tight, not too loose. And we'll dedicate the time that it took us to be here, to be together, to take this beautiful flower elixir, so that we may be able to utilize the full human and spiritual capacity of ourselves and the collective to create the world that we want to live in. To be open to possibilities and opportunities. And to be open to a bigger picture. May we not get stuck in the weeds and the details. May we rise above and see with more clarity and wisdom. And may we lead the way with our creative essence. Fearless creation. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes if they were closed. You can wiggle your fingers. You can stretch anything that wants to be stretched. You want to say anything? Sure. It's just, I kind of want to just show you. It's like the sun is just setting here. This is a great macro perspective. If we don't fall down the mountain. So have a wonderful evening, day, morning, wherever you are in the world. And give yourself full permission to slather on the oils and light the candles and burn the incense and burn the Palo Santo and walk outside and walk barefoot. Get in the water, take a bath. Do something for your sensory pleasure and your creativity and your expression. And if any of you want to come and visit us in Arizona, we'll take you to the swimming pools. Sending you tons of love. Thank you so much for being here. The next month's flower is the wishbone. That is, I'm really bad with this. This is why we get a tripod. So this next month is wishbone, and yeah, this month is going to be interesting because wishbone is like not quite as intense as Datura, but it's a little bit different intention. It's like unearthing anything in our underbelly, whether it's in ourselves that we need to purify or acknowledge or heal, or anything in our society or culture, like the underbelly. So the month of September will be interesting and another type of exploration. I hope you guys have enjoyed the Azalea. I just absolutely love the creative energy that comes from it. If you have any stories to share, please share. Write us a note, and look forward to hearing from you in our next meeting. Lots of love. So good to see your faces. I'll show you us. How do we switch it around? So pretty. I don't know if you guys can hear that concert, but it's hilarious. Like Elvis. I think it's Elvis. Okay, good night.